So today for Mixed Media Frenzy, we have this ever so cool looking sketch to work with, and I'll try to remember to put it right here, unless it shows up well on my screen, who knows. Now it is very grungy and very messy and all of those very good things that I like. So it looks like it has like some floral work on it, and mine's not going to go all that florally. So I'm going to go ahead and put that right about there. And then next, let me show you the photo. This is a photo of my youngest daughter. And she has an Oculus VR virtual reality set on, and she's fishing. And she just had her wisdom teeth taken out like the day before. Got a dog laying next to her. I mean, she was a hot mess. Her cheeks were out to there. And she was suffering, and she couldn't do any of the VR stuff like standing and playing. And so her aunt brought it over, and she could do the fishing. So she was just kind of reeling in fish and yelling that she was getting goldfish and all of that. Yes, I know, big deal. So the background piece of paper I'm going to use is this one right here. It's going to really bring out this sweatshirt that she is wearing. She's wearing a hand-me-down from her brother in this one. And I have a bunch of scraps right here. And I'm going to use them in some kind of layering, not even sure what I'm doing there. And then I was looking, and I know I'm gonna start my mixed media part, the edge being scuffy, and messy, using this, it's called Cloudy Sky. It's kind of like a charcoal color of StazOn. And the reason why I wanted to use StazOn is I just want it to dry and get to it and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know how well this is gonna work. No idea. Don't know if I'm going with texture paste. I have no idea. I just thought I would kind of let the fun of this flow along and see where it gets me. So I'm going to start working on it, fast forward a little bit and voice over the next bits. So here we go. So I want to kind of go heavily inky on this layout. So I have my StazOn going, and I'm making sure to be heavy-handed and kind of make sure that the corners have a heavier ink application than even the edges, but it's going to also bring your eye into the pattern paper as opposed to your eye drifting off the sides, if you understand what I mean. Like, it has a way of completing a paper when you ink the edges. I don't do it all the time, but I really did like the effect on this particular layout, and I'm going to ink a bunch of the pattern papers as well. I decided I needed some extra grungy bits on this pattern paper because the white was too clean and pristine and all of that. So I'm going ahead and creating just a little bit more. As you see there on my cell phone, you see that there is a lot of that kind of look on the inspiration sketch layout piece. So I'm just doing the same, and I'm literally just doing that all with the ink pad, but I think it came out pretty darn nice, as long as you like messy, grungy, happy kind of things like that. I'm going to go ahead with the same ink and do some haphazard stamping. That little stamp you see right there has multiple hearts on it, and I've been using it a lot lately. It's from the newer Amy Tan collection. I know that she's rolling out with a brand new one this month, but this was from the previous collection. And I've been using that stamp set a lot, which is fantastic. I did get it in a Kit Club kit recently, and I was really happy that I'm actually using my tools and supplies as much as I can. So this is where I'm going to start layering up. This is just a kind of like a cut apart sheet, like a B-side on a piece of the paper that I have going for this little kit collection I'm using, and I'm concentrating on using lots of scraps and layering it up, but not like super measuring it, just seeing, okay, this layer is a little bit bigger than that one, this one's a little bigger than that one, and that's about the extent of my expert measuring I'm doing. Now that gray pattern paper right there, yes, it does have snowflakes on it, but you're only going to see a little tiny bit of it. And it's truly just another layering piece to differentiate between, light and dark and all that kind of thing. And, aside from that, it was December when this layout was, when the photo was taken. So that does actually work out. I mean, we don't have any snow on the day I'm recording this, but we should. Anyway, so snowflakes work. It's just not like anything to do with the layout whatsoever. So I'll go ahead and ink in all those scrap papers and work on piling them up to get this layout really started. Okay, so I have all my layers done and my photo is squared off. It's kind of hard to tell on the angle it's on. And I chose to put my photo on the right side as opposed to the left side like you see in the inspiration piece because my daughter's direction, she was facing as if she were looking down towards the left. And yeah, it's just one of those little artsy things that I like to follow if I can. So I'm going to go ahead and work on getting a title. Now, I am using alphas that have been well loved already. So, letters might be bigger and smaller and mixed and all that, but I am using Stash, and that's what's really important for this this quest I'm on this year. Now, I wanted to point out here, one of my subbies recently brought up that she doesn't have access to lots of embellishments and she doesn't have a lot of them. I think she only has a Michael's store and that kind of thing in her town, in her community. And she was asking more about embellishments and would I share a little bit with them. So this is kind of a funny thing, and she asked that after I had even filmed this. So this is kind of a cool thing. Now, I have my stack of papers underneath my photo there, and I wanted to kind of recreate that with the same pattern papers in another spot on my layout. And this is one of those times that these are working as embellishments for me. Now, they are not like a pretty character or a set of flowers, but they are definitely adding a lot to the page without buying an ephemera or die cut pack. It's given me a great spot to put my date and all that kind of thing, and I think it works perfectly fine as an embellishment. Now, if you're lucky enough to have access to punches, that makes it super easy. Get yourself a heart punch, a star, and a circle, hexagon, and you could embellish away on just about anything. Okay. That's pretty much a whole secondary video, but I just wanted to bring up that you don't necessarily need to buy another set of die cuts in order to have a full and complete kind of a layout. I think it's a really cool thing. It's just up to your creativity where you want to go with that. Now, I will eat my words because I'll probably put all kinds of goodies on here now. Now, this is kind of a random thing to put on here. I had this black bee that was part of this sticker set that I'm working through. It's from One Canoe too. And why would I put a bee on this layout? And simply because the girl that is in the photo happens to love honey. So she reminds me of bees and honeycombs and all that kind of thing. And yeah, so if it works for you, it works for you. So this is an interesting set of stickers here. I haven't got a tremendous amount of traction with the kit I'm working through with this. And the reason being, it's kind of more of a country kind of a thing. And the other sticker set I'm using is One Canoe too. But I do think that relaxed kind of chalkboard sticker on the upper right of my photo absolutely works because she was just kind of chilling in our living room. Right there you saw a little bin I have of labels. Those are from Ellie's Studio, and I've been just trying to see what I can use as I go through as I go through the month. I've been working with labels. Now this is an old set of Fancy Pants rub-ons, and I mean they're from, I always forget the name of that collection. Then again, it's a really old collection. But let me tell you, they are like over 10 years old and they work perfectly. And not only are they really old, they're hand-me-downs from someone else. So I've got free rub-ons that are working great and adding to my layouts as well. So yeah, also to my friend that was asking about embellishments, check out, if you ever drive by a Tuesday morning, of course, but yard sales you'll see a lot, and Facebook Marketplace can be a really great resource to find Um, Not that they're used scrap supplies. I mean, some are partially used, but to find some things to build your collection, you can do really, really well there. I need to do a whole video about questions people have because there's so much fun stuff we can share with each other. It's cool. Crafting is a community kind of a thing. So I cut out, as you saw, some circle pieces and that bullseye because the bullseye thing works for somebody playing a game like it's a fishing game where you have to kind of get your virtual reel in the water and be able to reel it in and all your fishing rod and then be able to reel it in and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going through this big bin I have of wood veneer and seeing if I have any pieces that would work. I need to get a picture of a kid drinking bubble tea for that one you see in the center there. That might be a little specific. I think that came, I'm going to age myself here, in a Scraptastic kit a million years ago, but I haven't used it. So I found a couple wood veneer that might work. Now, just because I'm putting things on my desk right now does not mean they'll be necessarily used, but I am looking for goodies that'll work. So that is my black color drawer you just saw there, and pretty much it's all things black, and you never know what you might be able to incorporate. So like for example, the sticker sheet I just took this little piece off of, it was from a wedding sticker sheet, I think from Doodlebug. And they were like dirt cheap stickers I picked up once upon a time from Tuesday Morning. But yeah, you never know. Like you wouldn't know that's from a wedding sticker sheet. It's just a piece that's going to enhance my title is all it is. But you know, I liked it. Oh, and I squared that off as well. So now we have a squared off photo and a part of the title is squared off. You know, I'm not super comfortable with using like wonky angles on things. So it's a great way to stretch yourself by doing something that you're not super used to. Oh, and then for my scrappy friends who have missed my dog making his snarfly snory sounds near me, he is laying like 2 feet from me getting his nap while I do voiceovers today. So you might end up hearing that loud fella. So I'm getting this gorgeous bullseye put on here, and I think that was from a beautiful Maggie Holmes collection. So you wouldn't necessarily think it would be playing a starring role on a on something where somebody's playing with a VR, but I think it works beautifully for what we're doing. And sorry that you're seeing my big hair coming across there. I was having short person problems trying to get my rub-on on there. So my little bumblebee was trying to go with me. So I thought I would get that stuck on. And it is really, like, the title is kind of building out and building out. And that's one of those fun things you can do once you start bringing in your supplies. So I highly recommend doing the color drawer thing. If you guys want more info on that or process videos regarding it or whatever you would like, just let me know, because I am ever so proud of my color drawers. Anywho, so I have that really large, so funny wood veneer up there. I have the one that says right now on my other cluster. So I'm, you know, kind of duplicating things going on in both clusters. Like for example, you see 3 foam arrows on that bottom cluster, and that's from the same alpha as the alpha where it reads VR. So yeah, I thought my photo was a little off kilter, so I was checking on that, but I don't have tons of adhesive behind it, so it can slide around a little bit. So I added one more wood veneer piece. It's an arrow right below VR, so it's drawing your eye there. And then I found this little flare, and I don't know where it's from, but look at how spot on the colors are. I was rather impressed that it matched so incredibly well. I'm going to see if I can get these other rub-on pieces on that I chose really quickly. Where this did not rub on well, so I just used a little white eraser and got the residue off from that. And right on top of the same spot, I put those 3 circles, which are right to the left of that large So Funny wood veneer. And, you know, they don't mean anything. It just kind of gives me more of that kind of grungy, textury thing that I was trying to get from this layout. Also added the red gem in 3 different places on there. Now I'm going to find a spot for 3 of these black gems. I love these black gems. I think they're just from the Walmart craft section, and I really, really like them. I'm not in Walmart often, but next time I am there, I think I'd like to pick up another pack because, yeah, I found myself using the black ones a lot. So I'm going to go through and see if I can find something that will work for the turquoise part of this layout. You know, like the third, like what I would call the three enamel dots. So I have a black gem, a red gem, and a self-adhesive sequin to take the place of those, like, you know, those little finishing touches. So I'm taking a look at this wedding sheet of stickers again and grabbed out some of the stars. They're gray and black, and I just wanted to, you know, well, y'all know me, just add more and more and more if I can. And if I have a color drawer out, I will keep pulling little goodies from it all day long. Those are illustrated faith puffy crosses, and they're just the black ones. There's pluses and crosses, so I grabbed the pluses for this layout. And those were from Tuesday morning as well. I got like 4 different colors of them last year. Maybe summertime, maybe. Oh, I see there that I have Bella Boulevard Puffy Stars, and I have those in several colors. They are fantastic and a really nice textural element that you can add. All right, back into my black color bin to see what little treasures I can come up with. And I found, I saw a black transparency arrow. I'm like, no, I don't really need it. So I grabbed my Tattered Angels Mist in Black Magic. It's just a small bottle, but I've had it for a decade. So I'm going to have to find a new black mist that I like. Let me know if there's one that's out there that you guys like. All right, so there is a bit of a close-up of this layout. I hope you like what I came up with, and I will see you guys ever so soon. Bye-bye, friends.